Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Onte, and welcome to the Alpha Talk Podcast. I have two amazing topics for you guys today. If you guys don't know, we're on episode 42. Yeah, man, we came far. We made it. We're on episode 42. So, like I was saying, we have two great topics for you guys today. But before we get into the topics today, I would love to give a big shout out to my gaming team that I have. I have a gaming team called Alpha Gaming Team. And as of right now, we are looking for players. So if you are interested into joining a new team, or if you are interested in joining a new family that is starting to get things rolling and bowling, then please appreciate you if you go on my Instagram at Alpha Gaming Team _ shoot me a DM and let me know. Hit the follow button, hit the share button, whatever. We are looking for players right now and would love to have anybody on the team to be joining right now. So, as you may know, we're on episode 42, and most of my episodes I talk about very, very good things. Lately, I have not been talking about the politics side of things or anything like that, just because, like I told you guys a while back, I have taken a break from that. But I have two topics, and that's all I have for today's episode. And these two topics are something that's been on my mind a lot. And the second topic is basically something that I have not even like gave any of you guys any of my advice, or even told you guys basically like my little mini story on how I made it happen with the second topic for today. But before we get into the second topic, we're gonna go ahead and get to the first topic. And for the first topic that I have is basically, I'm putting my own words, but it's not like how I'm gonna say it in the title. But basically, what I'm trying to say is you create your own rules. Now, to give you guys an example like that, I don't know how many guys or girls out there who have played sports, but a majority of people have played sports before. And like going into high school, being in ninth grade, like you basically need to like understand everything so you can make it up to varsity. Like you can be on varsity in your 10th grade year, maybe even ninth grade year on the scout team. Like like you can get there. It's just in order for you to get there, there's certain things that you have to do in order for you to get to being on varsity. And one of the main things that it is, depending on whatever position you're playing on the field, it doesn't matter what position you're playing on the field, because everybody has their own set and rules and their own mission and their own job to make sure that their position is the best position that they're playing as and it's getting done the right way. So what I'm basically trying to say is there's a rule book. Like there's a playbook, and for you guys there's a rule book. But in sports there's a playbook. It's almost the same thing as a rule book. Like in that playbook, you need to understand how to watch film. You need to understand how the opposite person is. You need to understand like how I'm supposed to run my routes when I make my cuts, all that stuff. Like you need to understand A gap, B gap if you're a running back. Like all this stuff plays in the part with learning the playbook. Like in order for you to get PT on the field, in order for you to start, in order for you to even make it up to varsity, you need to understand how this playbook is supposed to go day in and day out. Like you need to live and breathe watching film, understanding your next opponent, understanding the next game that you have that's being scheduled. So it's just like your rule book. Like I have a rule book. This right here is my rule book. I used to have one a long time ago, but I used up all the pages and it's completely gone. But this is my rule book, and I honestly call it the recipe book. I I don't know, just joking around. I call it the recipe because at the end of the day, this is your rule book. This is the book that you take notes in. This is the book that you write your goals down, your ideas down. Like your rule book doesn't specifically have to be a rule book. I call it a rule book and I call it the recipe because this is your recipe. Everybody has a grandma out there who has secret recipes that she doesn't want anybody to find out. That's why she keeps it locked away. So it's called the recipe, your rule book, your notebook, or your journal. However you want to you call it. Like you can use it different names if you want to. It's all up to you. But at the end of the day, as long as you know what your meaning is with this journal, notebook, diary, wherever you want to call it, as long as you know your purpose of you writing in this journal, then everything's going to go well. And it honestly have helped me out because I have a coworker at work. I even have friends and family who have told me this before. I've always been that person who doesn't take in advice. Like I know for a fact, like I have to do this stuff. Like I'm hearing it. My parents are getting on me. Like my dad's getting on me. My friends are getting on me. But at the end of the day, it's like I just don't do it. I'm just a very hard-headed person. But understanding on why I have to get a journal, because at the end of the day, I'm always forgetting things. I'm always forgetting topics for the podcast. I'm always forgetting money, or I'm spending too much money, or I'm just always forgetting things. So I need something to write it down. Doesn't matter if it's on your phone, your notes. Doesn't matter if it's in your journal. But at the end of the day, as long as you're taking the time to write down something, it helps you out. Like, it really does. Like, creating your own rule book, creating things that are going to benefit yourself. Doesn't matter if you're in a relationship. Doesn't matter if you're single. Doesn't matter if you're whatever. At the end of the day, this book is going to help you do better as a man or a woman, because you're writing down your habits. You're writing down your bad habits. You're writing down good and bad things that you have done. You're writing down your goals. You're writing down your 6-month plan. You're writing down all this stuff in your journal on a day-to-day basis. You might even go to a park and sit there and jot down some stuff that's been on your mind. There's a lot of people who have so much stuff built up inside their brain, they don't understand how to talk about it, or how to be about it, or how to even open up to somebody else. I've had a podcast, I've had an episode where I talked about the different meanings of how black men, a lot of black men don't like to go to the therapist, because I feel like if we go to the therapist, then you consider us lame, you consider us not a man. But at the end of the day, it's like, if you can't open up to a person, at least open up to a journal. Be understanding with yourself, and don't be afraid to write down your thoughts and your feelings inside of a journal. Maybe some days where you're feeling bad and some days you're feeling upset, you can go back to your rule book. You can go understand and study that playbook. You can study your rule book. You can study all this stuff, because at the end of the day, you wrote it down. You're not just forgetting things. You're not just like talking to somebody and they just push you away, or you're talking to somebody and they're just not interested in what you're talking about. But at the end of the day, it's like, you have this book where you can talk to yourself. You understand now what you've done in the past. So you're studying the rule book. You're studying your journal, whatever it is. You're studying it to be better. And like, the more and more you take notes, the more and more you memorize the stuff that you're writing down. Stuff like that I learned in English class. Like, I hate English, but at the end of the day, I kind of sort of paid attention. But like, your muscle memory on certain things, and they always say it's better for you to write down things instead of reading it on your phone, because the muscle memory and the fact of you writing it and you seeing yourself writing it down helps you remember certain things. It helps you remember, I got to be here on time, or it makes you remember, I need to remember the fact that I got to wake up and write down my goals so I can get them knocked away and get them done with. A lot of people don't want to be there for themselves, and knowing for a fact that not everybody and not everybody, now, yeah, I said it twice. Not everybody and not everybody wants to help you. Not everybody wants to be there for you. Not everybody wants to help you guide your way through life. Nobody wants to give you that good advice. I mean, if you have parents that help you out, if you have close friends, cousins, whatever, bless you. Like, that is a blessing. And whoever has that in their life needs to make sure that they take that to 100%. Take it. Like, be able to understand I have this backup support that's going to help me and help me understand that I can be there and be there for myself. But for the people who don't have backup supports, or for the people out there who don't want to open up, at least what you can do is grab a journal today or tomorrow, whoever, when you're watching this, or if you're listening to this, grab a journal. Go buy your journal. They don't cost that much. Pretty cheap. You don't have to be a fancy journal. If you don't have any pens, buy you some new pens. Write in your journal on a daily basis. If you need to wake up, once you wake up and you just, you're feeling bad, stuff is just coming at you left, right, front, back to side, whatever. Get your journal, man, and open it up, dog, and sit there and write your thoughts down. It really helps. And I want to give a big shout out to Leslie, my boy Joel that I work with, man, because at the end of one day I was at work and I was just like walking in, I was clocking in, finna go talk to my boy Joel so we can change our spots. And I was just like, walking in, and I just like was like, is that your journal, bro? Like, what are you doing, like, with a journal at work? I just would have never like thought like that. Like, he's like, no, yeah, that's my journal. Like, I whenever I'm bored or whenever there's like not enough stuff going on, I sit there and I write down my thoughts, or I sit down and write down my to-do list for today, or I sit down and write down like my goals and stuff. And made me realize like, no, the man is super comfortable with being able to write his thoughts in public without feeling bad or feeling like what's the word I'm looking for? Looking very embarrassed at the fact that he's writing down his goals. So I feel like if my boy Joel can get comfortable with the writing down his thoughts and his stuff that he has to do, then anybody can write down their thoughts and stuff that they have to do. It's just up to you to put in that work, and understand like it's okay to talk to yourself. It's okay to be you. It's okay. Like at the end of the day, like I was saying, not everybody wants to be there for you. Not everybody wants to give you advice. That's what I'm saying. If you have the advice and you have people to help you do some stuff like this, take it. Like if you have a mentor, you need to understand your mentor is just trying to help you out. There's people that want to help. There's people that don't want to help. But this has tremendously helped me out so much. And I call it the recipe because at the end of the day, I got some stuff in here that I can't show people. I got some stuff in here that's like top secret, da-da-da. But at the end of the day, if somebody wants to see my notes, or if, let's say, God forbid I do pass away, and they take my journal, I would love for people to see exactly what I'm writing down. I would love to let people understand and read my brain to know what's going on in here, to make sure I'm not really going crazy inside. Like, to know that I'm comfortable with being angry and not taking it out on somebody else and not taking it out on an object or punching some things. I can just take it out on writing paragraphs and paragraphs and pages in my journal. I'm taking my anger out on that pen. Instead of getting myself in trouble, I'm taking it out on a pen. A lot of people are very emotional. A lot of people are very upset about certain things. And there are people out there who take the time to write their journals down. Because at the end of the day, you can turn that journal into a book. You know what I mean? It could be your own personal book. Like, or you can publish it and make it something bigger than what it has to be. But like, I just feel like the time that we're coming, there's a lot of people who are stressing out about a lot of things. And they don't understand, or they can't find the right person to express their feelings. So I just feel like grab yourself a journal. Buy yourself a journal. Buy yourself some pens and papers or whatever. And go out there and write down the stuff that needs to be written down, that nobody knows, behind closed doors, that's going to help you feel more comfortable with yourself by being more open. Because at the end of the day, you're writing this stuff down, so you're going to get happy. You're going to be releasing all this stuff out. So at the end of the day, you're going to want to talk to somebody because you're getting comfortable with what's going on in your day-to-day life. So if you are that person who wants to be stubborn, or you are that person who just feels like, oh, well, I'm just a lame person for making my own rules, or being a lame person for grabbing myself a journal and writing down in my journal and creating my own rules of life, instead of taking advice in from so many people every single day, write down your own advice, taking your own advice, listen to your voice, not the negative voice, the positive voice. Listen to that voice, write down your own ideas. Because at the end of the day, this is your life, this is your playbook, this is your world. You got to make it the best way you can. And a good way to start is creating your own rules. Don't try to be like no thug or thief out here. You got to be a smart person. Be intelligent. Be the nice guy. Be respectful. And in order for you to do that, you got to take the steps to get there. You can't just expect for you can't expect your girl or your wife to have a baby, and then you don't like the way things are going, so you expect that baby to be 18 years old within 24 hours. It's impossible. It's a process to make things better. It's a process to teach yourself things. It's a process to making your own rule book and understanding, like, I got to get this done. I got to do this. And this is how it's going to get done. Simple as that. Simple as that. Don't be that stubborn person. Don't be like that person who thinks that I'm lame. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm lame, but at the end of the day, I'm helping myself out. At the end of the day, I'm checking off all my goals on my list. At the end of the day, I have myself a 6-month plan, 3-month plan, however long, 2-month plan, and I'm actually getting shit done. You know what I mean? I'm not angry anymore. I'm not stressing. I'm not like feeling very overwhelmed about things. I'm writing stuff down in my book, creating my own rules. I'm going back to my rules and understanding that this is what I have to do. These are my rules, and I'm going to live by it. I'm going to live by the rules, and I'm not going to take in anybody else's rules that seems like it's going to affect my life in a bad way. You have your own rules. You have your own set of life and you should put it like that. Like nobody else is gonna put it like that but you. And the more and more like people understand, you make your own decisions in this life, and the more and more you make bad decisions, is the more and more bad things are gonna come. Like I've always been told by my father, is the more and more you be up driving and stuff like that, and always driving in the streets, 9 times out of 10, like you're gonna get pulled over. Like 9 times out of 10, something's gonna happen. You're always driving, like you're always being seen. It's best to chill out and understand and give yourself a break from being negative all the time. Like it is okay. It's okay to do that stuff. Like there's nothing wrong with that. So, but the message I'm giving everybody is go out there, buy a journal, live your life to the fullest. If you need to write this stuff down, if you need to talk to somebody that's close to you, whatever it is that you need to do, do it. Like there's nothing else that's gonna stop you from doing what you gotta do for yourself. And that's the first topic that I have for this episode 42, is create your own rules. That's it. Like I can't explain it better than that, man. So that's just the first topic. Now for the second topic that I have for you guys is something that like I should have explained a long time ago. It's something that when I came out with the episode, I don't remember exactly what episode it was, but when I came out with the new update of me moving to Austin, I kind of talked about it just a little bit, but not like all the way. But like I just feel like I should give guys and girls, whoever, my own advice on being able to take that leap and not being scared to take that leap. Like it is scary, I'm not gonna lie. Like the first couple months of me being in Austin was probably the most scariest, roughest thing I've ever done. Like I got a job at the airport thinking like, oh, okay, bet the airport is a cool job, you know what I'm saying, I'm making a decent amount of money, I don't got nothing to worry about. But then it's like everything started to like crumble at the end of the day. Everything started like getting to something that I didn't think was gonna happen. So I just, you know what I'm saying, I put one foot into front and understand that like I took this leap, and in order for me to take this leap, I had to take a sacrifice. In order for me to take that sacrifice, then I'm here. So that's what happened. Took a sacrifice by leaving family, leaving old friends, leaving the job that I was working at. Like I understood what taking a leap of faith was, but not actually understanding what taking a leap of faith is. And I don't want to call it taking a leap. Just you took a leap off the cliff to move on with your life in a better way. And I've met a lot of people. I've talked to so many people. It doesn't matter if you're drunk, high, sober. It doesn't matter. Especially the drunk people out there. Like if you're talking to somebody and you're drunk, you're more than likely spitting some deep or true stuff that's going on in your life. And like so many people tell me that like they get stuck in relationships. So many people tell me like they get stuck at a dead end job because they just can't go work somewhere else. They physically can't, or they just can't. But like for all the young people out there who have not like took that chance yet, bro, to take the leap off of the dang home field stage, you should definitely take that leap, bro. Like it's 100% gonna benefit you in so many ways, that I've couldn't even explain to you. Like in so many ways, like understanding that me taking a leap from moving to Dallas to Austin, the time range of me being out here now, I think I've been out here 6 months now. So with the time range of me being out here from there, like I've made so much progress by myself, being independent and being like solo dolo, and not being scared of the sacrifices that I left behind. You know what I'm saying? Not being scared of the sacrifices that I'm making now. I'm planting seeds in Austin, and I would expect them to grow and turn into a fruit tree, because you can't have the fruit before you have the root. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that. You can't have the fruit before you have the root. It's something like that, somewhere close to that. But like basically, every seed that you're planting is something that you just plant a seed by. Someone you just met in person. It could be a business person. It could be a random person, whoever. If you and that person have made business arrangements to meet up with each other, you're doing something that has never probably done, that your old self has probably never done before. Like you're doing new things. The more and more you do new things, and the more and more you get yourself completely like down and dirty, uncomfortable, are like things are like extremely like weird and like it feels comfortable. Like I've been in so many situations where I'm in Austin, and I've been in places, and like I've been in situations where it's like I've never been here before. I've never done this before. I've never talked to these type of people before, or I've never talked to this beautiful girl before, and it's just like extremely, extremely happy. Like I feel good with myself. I feel great, and I just feel like people who, even myself, I feel like if I didn't take that leap of faith and I was still in Dallas, this is my opinion. Everybody has their own opinion about certain things. Everybody feels differently about certain stuff. But this is my reason. I feel like I needed to get out of Dallas. I needed to be uncomfortable. I needed to be somewhere where it's just completely different. I'd never been before. Last time I've been in Austin was when I was a little kid looking at the Capitol. So that don't count. So like being somewhere where it's just like gonna make me grow as a man. You know what I mean? Grow as a woman. Grow as a man. Grow as a person. And like understanding that like I need to take the time to grow as a man. I need to understand, what am I doing in life? You know what I mean? Like what am I capable of doing besides doing the same stuff I've been doing since I was the age of 20? You know what I mean? So it's like, what am I capable of doing? Putting yourself on that pedestal, pushing yourself to the limit that you've never been pushed before, being uncomfortable to where it makes you smile. Like you're uncomfortable, but like I'm smiling, bro. I'm enjoying life. I'm doing things I've never done before. I'm meeting people I've never thought in my life that I will meet. You know what I mean? Putting yourself in position to be successful. I've made a podcast about that as well. You know what I mean? So taking that leap and being very confident with yourself and not like stressing yourself out or being down on yourself or disrespecting yourself, telling yourself you can't do things, that isn't going to get you nowhere. Getting yourself somewhere is being able to understand that I'm not scared to take this leap, and I'm not scared to do what I got to do to make myself better as a person. You know what I mean? And being able to understand that like people aren't going to hold me back. My hometown or wherever you're from isn't going to hold me back. I'm going to be able to take my life by the hand and take it with me and know for a fact that I'm confident and I feel good with myself to make my life better than what it's been. Taking that leap, well, whatever it is. If you want to move somewhere, you move. If you want to start a new job somewhere, you move. But like not being scary and not being nervous by taking the leap to do anything and getting yourself completely uncomfortable to where it's like you're questioning yourself, why the hell am I here? Or what the hell am I doing? But at the end of the day, you're enjoying it. You know what I mean? Saying you're happy. But like so many people and so many stories that I've been knowing and so many stories that so many people tell me, it's just like crazy to me, like how many people and how much life can get you stuck in the same spot over and over again. Like a lot of people get angry with you because you're asking them, you know, what you plan on doing. Like a lot of people out there don't really tell people what they're doing, and I know I'm one of those type of people who don't really tell people exactly what I'm doing. But like a lot of people get angry and a lot of people get upset at the fact that you ask them what they're doing. But it's like I'm not gonna get upset with you, bro. I'm gonna get extremely excited because you're asking me questions that make me happy. You're asking me what I'm doing or why am I moving to Austin. You're asking me, oh, dang, bro, you got a podcast? Or, dang, bro, this and that and the woof about that. Hell yeah, I'm going to talk about it because I feel good. It makes me happy. I'm doing stuff that I love, and I'm doing stuff that makes me, like, extremely, extremely happy. And nobody can stop me from being happy but myself. And I try to put this through so many people's head. But a lot of people are stubborn. As long as you're not that person who's stubborn and you're able to give yourself time to be good, give yourself time to be uncomfortable. Give yourself time to jump off the dang cliff with no parachute. But at the end of the day, you know that you got to trust in yourself that you're going to land in the water. Like, it's crazy to think, but like, it can happen. And a lot of people need to make that shit happen because we're already about to be in the year of 2022. And like, the more and more I think about us getting into the future, it's like, where exactly are people going to be? Where exactly am I going to be? Where exactly is the people we grew up going to be? So it's like taking that time, bro, to look yourself in the mirror, like I always say, and understand you are the realest person that you can be, and you're the realest person that you'll ever meet. Then life is going to be a piece of cake. Taking that leap of faith is going to be a piece of cake. But in order for you to take that leap of faith. Like I was saying in the first topic, create yourself that rule book. You know what I'm saying? Build up the steps to take the leap of faith. Don't just like go out there butt naked. And I mean, you can go out there butt naked and then jump, but it's like prepare yourself first and then jump. You know what I mean? Before you go skydiving, they got to get yourself prepared to go jump out of a plane. So it's the same thing. Get that rule book, get your book and your journal, write in that thing, and within the next couple months, maybe next year, you're taking the leap into something that you've never done before. If it's starting a new business, moving somewhere, being in a relationship, maybe buying yourself new clothes, whatever it is. Like I said in the last episode, you got to do things that's for you and nobody else, bro. There's not everybody out here is for you. Not everybody out here is going to give you the best advice. There's a lot of people that like to see your dreams go downhill. Like, you got to be able to filter through certain things to get what you want. And I don't know if people out there read books, but if you do read books, you need to go read the 48 Powers of Law. That book is like, teaches you how to become a CEO over a CEO. But people say books don't teach you nothing, but I'm 100% confident that books teach you something, and it leaves a mark in your brain. It's just like, dang, I just read this, or dang, that author just said that. So it's just like, it's just very, very simple, man. And I want to make this episode very short, sweet, and informational, like I always do. And yeah, man, like, take those two topics and you run with it. Don't even look back. Don't look back. We're coming to the season where it's getting fall, it's getting winter. Everybody's going to be trying to get all cuffed up. Everybody's going to start trying to get lazy because the winter's changing. But it's like, you can't stop. Give yourself 6 months and see exactly where you'll be. And that's it. You cannot stop. You can't do anything. Like, you got to continue going and staying consistent with extremely every fucking thing that you're doing. If you are uncomfortable every single day, then that's good. Because think about it. You're going to get yourself in a situation where it's like everybody in here is nervous, but I've already been in this situation before, but I feel good and I feel confident. I know for a fact I'm going to win this shit, whatever it is. Or you know for a fact, like, I'm going to make these sales, whatever it is that you're doing. Just know that you can get it done and nobody else can get it done but you. That's all I have for you today, for you guys, for episode 42. Thank you so much, man. If you're watching on Facebook, thank you so much for watching on Facebook. Make sure you like, share, and comment on Facebook. And make sure you follow the page, Alpha Talk page. If you're on YouTube, thank you so much for subscribing. My subscribers is going up. My views are going up daily. Even my likes. Thank you so much for everybody on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share for your boy. Next week, I will more than likely, 100%, I'm going to be doing my first live event on Facebook. I don't know how I'm going to do everything. I don't know how much it's going to cost. Like, I got to figure all that out. But next week's podcast will more than likely be a paid live event. So make sure you guys tune in and make sure you guys, like, join because it's going to be a good one. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in to the Alpha Talk podcast. I will catch you guys in the next episode next week on Monday at 7 o'clock, right on the dot. Thank you so much, and I love you guys. Peace.